Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Respiratory system, but I didn't have time to look at it. So we'll start today with the excretion chapter that I have done with you. Since I didn't do that chapter, respiration or gaseous exchange. So inshallah, we'll cover that in another class. Today we'll focus on excretion in humans. We discuss about renal function and all the stuff. I'm sure you remember some of the basic concepts that we discussed there. So these MCQs will recall some of those core knowledge that we discussed in those chapters. So we'll cover, inshallah, try our best to cover most of them before your exam. Then we will have exam break coming up, inshallah. By I think we'll have the December 1st will be the last week where we'll cover some of the topics, and then we'll see. You let me know whenever you're free, your exam is done, inshallah, then we can restart all these lectures. But for now, we will cover the questions, okay? So I would appreciate you participate and read the questions. This is from Reena, who is going to read question one and answer as well. And I would appreciate explanation if you want. Why did you choose that particular option? So who is going to volunteer for question one? You can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So who is going to volunteer this question? Which diet will cause the liver to produce the most urea? So then you need to understand what exactly how urea was produced and what is needed for the production of urea. Okay, so option A is high carbohydrate and low fat. And now they have mentioned high fat, high fiber, high fat, low protein, high protein, low carbohydrates. Yes, Hala? Yes, go ahead, Hala. You want to explain?
Option D,
Yeah, so why option D? Would you like to explain?
because urea is mostly found with protein, breakdown of protein.
Uh, so what is so special about proteins that are producing more urea? If you're using more protein-rich diet, that will give more urea.
The proteins are broken down into amino acids, which are further broken down after deamination into carbohydrates and then urea.
Very good. Yeah, exactly. Protein is giving you amino acid. Digestion of protein will give you amino acids. And these amino acids are further broken down in which part of the body, which organ? Urea is produced in which organ? Yes, Momina?
Yes.
Yeah. So urea is produced in which part of the body?
Liver.
Which organ? Would you like to answer, Ahad?
Liver.
Yes. Umaima?
Liver.
Liver.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, so the answer for this question one, which diet will cause the liver to produce, right? So it's liver, right? It's already mentioned. And it is excreted by which organ? Urea is excreted by which organ?
Kidney.
Kidneys. Very good, Hala. Yes, true. Kidneys, okay? So you could see high carbohydrate, low fat. High carbohydrates will give you what? If diet rich in carbohydrate, what do you expect to be increased in your body?
Glucose.
Glucose, correct. Yeah, right. In high fat will increase what? High fat diet. If somebody is eating high fat diet for a long time, what do you see? What will be the impact?
Obesity and blockage of the arteries.
Oh, okay. Obesity, hyperlipidemia. We call it dyslipidemia. Lipids level will be abnormal, and that definitely is going to produce cardiovascular diseases. Okay, good. Yeah. So these questions might be asked in different ways. Uh, let's see. Okay, next question. Question two. Who is going to volunteer for this question?
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
What is an example of excretion in mammals? The removal of Urea by kidneys?
Okay. What is the release of hormone from glands, release of saliva into the mouth? This is not an excretion.
No.
The removal of undigested food. What do we call it? The removal of undigested
That's
food.
egestion.
That's
Egestion.
egestion, exit off. Yeah, exactly. Egestion. Very good. Yes. And yes, in mammals, the kidney is removing urea. So that is the most efficient process, because if urea is building up, that's toxic for your body. Release of saliva into the mouth. This is not release, basically, it's excretion of saliva. Releasing saliva in the mouth is a normal process. Yes, Hala, what you want to comment?
No, sir.
Okay. The release of hormone, which system was, do you think this is also an excretion process?
This is from the endocrine system.
Endocrine system, very good. Yes, these are hormones that are needed. So excretion, what we get rid of things, that is called excretion. Here I think most relevant are C and D. This is also kind of removal, but this is not called excretion. This is called egestion, as you mentioned. Egestion and excretion are two different things, right? So removal of urea is the right answer. Okay, where is urea formed? I think this is related to question 1. And also, okay, Omema, those who have not participated, I will give chance to Omema now.
Liver.
Liver. So would you like to recap some of the points, how it is produced in the liver? Somebody already mentioned here, but just I want you to understand, if they ask question, what is the source or raw products of urea, you should be able to answer. Yes, Omema, would you like to explain, please? Do you have an answer, Omema, or some you want to give chance to someone else? Okay, Hala, you explained before. Momina, would you like to explain? Question 3. Urea is
Yes.
formed in the liver. Yeah, so how it is formed, so that we are sure about the answer.
So when the amino acids are broken down,
Mhm.
from excess amino acids produced from digesting proteins, they are transported to the liver from the small intestine, because the
Okay.
liver controls the amino acid concentration in the
Mhm.
body. So the
Okay.
excess amino acids will be excreted as in the form of urea.
In the form of so amino acids will be further metabolized in the liver to 2 products, right? I think Hala mentioned about that before. So what are these 2 products that are amino acids are converted to? The deamination process will lead to carbohydrates, as you mentioned, in ammonia, right? And ammonia is this further converted to urea. That was the product that, right? Is this the process that
Yes.
we discussed this in the excretion? So you could also recap some of these points. So yes, uh, the source raw material is amino acid. That's true. And finally, ammonia, and ammonia is again converted to urea, and urea is synthesized in the liver, and that is excreted by the kidney. Okay. So what about question 4? Who is going to answer this and read it out and answer this question as well? 4. Yes, anybody would like? Yes, Hala? Read it loudly. Yes, question 4.
Which substance is lost from the body of a healthy person by the kidneys but not by the lungs? B. Glucose.
Okay, which substance is lost from the body? Lost from the body mean you lose it, okay? You don't retain it any further. Okay, by the kidney but not by the lungs. So they have just made little bit trick to give, like, maybe what about carbon dioxide is removed by what part? By the lungs, right? Carbon dioxide is a gas. Yeah, Hala, okay. What is the correct answer?
B. Glucose.
B. Okay, is it B, or all of you agree with that? Do you think that we should lose glucose in the urine? What we discussed about the excretion of glucose in the urine, what happens to glucose? So if you remember, glucose is reabsorbed, right? Yes, Hamza?
Sir, the right answer is urea and glucose is reabsorbed, and so is water.
Exactly. Okay, urea. You say urea, but not water.
No, sir, it is also reabsorbed.
Most of the water is reabsorbed, but part of it is in the urine. Urine formation is also water, but it contains urea as a major product that is basically excreted. Of course, urea is not excreted by lungs, right? And glucose is not excreted by lung. That's true. Carbon dioxide, of course, is excreted. Exhale and exhalation. During when you exhale, you are basically getting rid of carbon dioxide. Gaseous exchange in the respiratory system. You remember that. So water, primarily, of course, you do lose some water when you are exhaling, but kidney is the main organ that is retaining much of the water, right? So if you're given, of course, water is also lost, but when you focus more on what is in the healthy person, okay, so if urea is not excreted, what will happen? Yes, so urea will build up, right? So there is a disease, we call it gouty arthritis. Yeah, uric acid will, more uric acid urea is generating, and that is also causing more problem, health problem. Urea will be deposited. Urea is toxic, you need to get rid of it, right? So in a healthy person, if person is not healthy, of course urea will be retained. Okay, water is common, you know, both it's even in normal or person is having renal problem, is still losing water. Yeah, but urea is something very special. About glucose, if you remember, if you have more glucose in the urine, that is only in case of diabetes. You remember diabetes, because kidney cannot handle too much load of glucose. Most of the glucose which is excreted by the kidney is reabsorbed. You remember that? We discussed about that, right? Is it okay? Is it
Yes.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the correct answer is not B. Okay, why B? Because it's not actually healthy to have glucose in the urine. If you have more glucose in the urine, that person is called diabetic. You will have polyuria. Polyuria means a lot of urination, frequency, urgency for urination. Okay, yes, but urea is something that is not. That's why we call it urine. Urea in the water is urea plus water is the urine, right? So correct answer is C, not B. Okay, very good. Let's talk about B, a kind of a scenario. A diagram shows some organ in which urea is found. Yeah, they are saying that you may see urea in all these organs. Okay, what is this organ? What do you see?
Sir, may I?
Uh, yes, Nabi.
Kidney?
This. P P.
Sir, this is liver.
This is liver. Very good. Okay. Yes. Another body. Another student. Any? What is Q?
Kidneys,
Very good. This is kidneys. And what about this R?
May I?
Bladder.
bladder,
This is a urinary bladder. And they are saying all they contain urea. Do you agree with that? It has urea?
Yes.
Okay. Who is going to explain why? Yes, Hala? Go ahead. Would you like to explain? Yeah, we do agree that it has urea. That's why they have mentioned all these organ uh, contains urea. Okay, these organs have urea. It is present in liver and kidney and also in the bladder. So would you like to make a little sense why? Do you agree with that? If say yes, then why? You already discussed some of these points before. You can just build on those concepts that we discussed in the previous questions.
P, which is liver. This
Yeah.
is where urea is made. And
Okay.
Q, here the urea is turned into urine.
Uh,
And R, it is urine, and thus urine also has urea.
exactly. So it is synthesized here, released in the blood. Kidney is filtering, so it has urea, of course, nephron and the renal tubules. Remember, the functional unit of kidney is nephron. So nephron is, of course, they are filtering the kidney, the urea, right? So after that is of course through the ureter is then coming in the bladder. You remember urinary bladder, it has urine. So yes, so which organ makes urea and which organ removes it from the blood? Okay, so you have these answer makes urea, removes urea. So they have given all these number. This is
May
for
I?
liver and this is for kidney. And this is for again kidney and kidney. Okay, B, C, which one do you think? What is the correct answer and why?
Sir, may I?
Okay, let me see if somebody else. Nabil, you already answered. Hala is answered. Who else is left? Oh, I can see more hand. Nabil.
There is
Yes,
Hamza.
Hamza. Hamza, would you like to answer?
Sir, it's A.
Why A?
Sir, because in the liver, deamination occurs, and through the kidneys, the urea is removed from the body.
Okay, so the first thing I think if you would see, you see where exactly is the liver. It makes urea, right? So Q is not making urea. All these organs are not making urea. So of course, this is the correct option. It makes. Now look at the removal. Removal is a kidney, right? So but it's matching with this option, but it doesn't match here. So both kidneys are not making, not removing. Okay, so the correct answer is A. Anybody would like to add something or comment on that, Nabil?
No, sir, that's it.
Okay, right. Okay, your hand is raised. Right. Okay, who is going to do question number 6? Question number 6.
So can I try?
Okay, go ahead.
What is the function of kidney of a healthy person?
Mhm.
And I think the answer is A because it filters
The answer is
urea.
A, you said?
Yes, A.
Okay, why A? Do you
Because
think
it
kidney is responsible for breaking down toxins? Hala? Yes, Hala?
The answer is C.
Answer is C. Why C? Okay, Nabil
Because
answered A. Would you like to convince Nabil that answer is not A, rather it is C? Would you like to convince? Could you please explain a little?
glucose is only found in the urine of a person who suffers from diabetes. Thus, of a healthy person, it won't be present.
Then which organ is breaking down toxins then?
no, sir, I also think C because I think breaking down of toxins is liver.
Breaking down toxin is done by which organ in the body?
I think liver.
Liver, yes, exactly, Nabil, you got it. Ahad, excellent. Yeah, liver is responsible for breaking down toxin, metabolism, remember, okay? That's why whatever is coming through the portal vein, absorbed from the intestine, going through the liver, and part of it is detoxified. You're taking drugs, you're eating food, many chemical so kidney does not have that function. Kidney does have a little, but it's really not the major function. That would say if you look into other options, definitely this is not the answer. Eliminating all salts. So do you think the kidney is eliminating all salts? It's not healthy, right, to eliminate all salts from your body. Retain all water. And you could also think about the kidney function, the urine. Urine is containing water, so it's not retaining all water. If all water, there will be no urine formation at all. How you can get rid of toxins then? So Nabil, don't confuse that. Removal of toxin is done by the kidney. That is very true. But breakdown mean metabolism. So that is very, very important. Metabolism mean breaking down. Degradation is also called biodisposition, breaking down, okay? Metabolizing. Or so these are all terms that we are using for breaking down, but kidney is not doing it. Kidney is of course can remove toxins from the body. Okay, this is the major function. But yes, C is reabsorb all glucose. You remember if you have glucose. Yes, Nabil, you have a question? Okay, Nabil. Okay. So the correct answer is C. Okay, C, reabsorb all glucose. And as I mentioned, it's not healthy if somebody has glucose. That's why if somebody would go for a test to see if somebody has diabetes, they do urine test, right? And they also do glucose test in the blood. So if there's glucose in the urine, it's not healthy. You should not have glucose. Glucose is completely reabsorbed by the kidney. Okay, if you have more glucose, this is not healthy. So reabsorb all the glucose. This is the healthy function of the kidney. Okay, what about 7? Nabil, you want to do it?
Yes, sir, I will try that.
Oh, sorry. Number 7. Yes.
Where are hormones removed from the blood and broken down in the human body?
Yes, where are hormones removed from the blood and broken down in the human body? Go ahead. You would like to answer, Nabil?
Sir, I
You're
think
sure?
it's, sir, no, I don't.
Okay, if you're not sure, I think I would say somebody would else answer that. Yes, go ahead. Okay. So they are saying, okay, we mentioned, I think, something you could also use your sense of the thing that we discussed before. Some of the questions we already answered about the role of different organs. So what is responsible for breaking down things in your body? Which organ is taking care of the...
Sir, I got an answer.
Liver.
May I tell?
Yes, you got it. So what is the answer?
Liver.
Liver. You remember breaking down toxin, breaking down drugs, breaking down hormones. There a lot of metabolism function, breaking down function is done by liver. Okay. So the answer is C. Gallbladder is not. Gallbladder is doing what? Remember, gallbladder is a pancreatic duct, and kidney is for elimination of things, not by breaking down. Yes, a stomach does have, but if liver and stomach is given together, liver is dominating because liver has got most of the things. We do have some enzymes in the stomach that may degrade or metabolizing things, but yes, hormones are removed from the blood by liver. They're metabolizing because that's why hormone has got a lifespan, a short lifespan. You know, it will be metabolized, broken down, or that is called inactivation also, right? What do you think? If a hormone is released and it remains there for longer time, it's not healthy even. So it should be removed. It should be there when it is needed. If it is released and it's not excreted, not metabolized, so of course hormone will not be excreted by the kidney as such. It has to be broken down into smaller units. Hormones are bigger molecules. It has to be broken down. It's not filtered by the kidney, right? So it has to be broken down and then it's eliminated. So there is why liver is the answer, not kidney or stomach. Okay. Okay, let's see to question part 8. Who is going to do 8? And what is the answer? Anybody would like to volunteer for this? You read the question, Hala.
Where is urea produced in the human body and from which chemicals is it produced?
So there are 2 questions in one, right? So where is urea produced? First of all, in human body, okay? And then from which chemical it is produced. So these are 2 different things you have to focus on. They might give you some traits. They might give you distractors. They'll be closely resembling, but you have to go to specific answer. Okay, so what do you think? What is the correct? Hala, would you like to explain?
The answer is part D.
Answer is D. Yes, this we have discussed it, right? Ahad, would you like to explain why not the other answers?
Sir, because in liver the urea is produced and from kidney the urea is removed from the body.
Very good. Kidney is removing the urea, not producing. So first of all, look at what is producing here. Before jumping here in this column, first of all, see what this is. Of course, liver is producing, right? And now look at the chemical. Of course, protein, if somebody would ask you protein, this is right? Protein is also right, but do you think this is okay? It doesn't go with it. So out of protein, what do we get to produce urea as amino acid? Of course, protein is a precursor raw material, right? And which is broken down to amino acids. Then amino acids is the answer here. Protein are amino acids, okay? So amino acids, to be very specific, that is the product, that is the chemical which is further converted to urea in our body. So now look at fatty acids is nothing to do with the urea. So now look at this. Amino acids is going and matching with D here, liver. That's the correct answer. Okay, very good. Right. Let's go to question 9. Who's going to do question number 9? The table shows the composition of liquid found in the human body. Okay. This is the question. In a healthy person, which structure contain this liquid? Question number 9. Okay, first of all, they are saying that this table, there is a huge component. They have given different components just to tell you what's going on. The table shows the composition of liquid found in the human body. So amino acids, 0, not present. Glucose is not there. Proteins are not there. Salts are there, and urea are there. So these are the things of the analysis. This is the laboratory report of the liquid that they gave you, okay? And now they are saying they have given you different organs. Which part in healthy structure contains this liquid? So first of all, look at B, look at C, look at D, and look at A. So what comes to your mind? Hamza?
Sir, A.
Why A?
Sir, because in B, the blood is coming from the body, so it contains amino acid, glucose, protein.
So which structure is this A? What is this?
Sir, it is a ureter.
This is?
Ureter.
Very good. This is ureter. Very good. And what about C and D?
Sir, they are veins and arteries.
This is for the supply of blood, right? So yes, Hala, you would like to comment on that?
No, sir.
Okay, so I think now look at the composition first of all. Of course, amino acids are also eliminated by the kidney. It doesn't have it because amino acid is degraded, and some of it is already maintained and needed for body function to synthesize enzyme and hormones. Glucose should not be in the urine. Protein should not. Proteins are bigger molecule. I told you, protein is not filtered by the kidney. Keep in mind, okay? And that is why this is one of the tests. If proteins are there, so your kidney function is not good. It means there's some problem. You have some infection, right? Or there's a damage to the kidney, maybe in diabetic patients or hypertensive patients where there is too much load on the kidney. So probably proteins are not healthy. Yes, salts are there, and urea is also there, right? But in a healthy person, of course, salt is definitely both. But in case of urea, it has to be more because urea is eliminated through kidney filter, through the kidney. Finally, nephron. Kidney has got nephron, and they are opening into ureter. You have one ureter from one kidney, another ureter for another. Finally, it's pouring, emptying in which part of the body? These two ureters opening in which part of the body?
Bladder.
This is a urinary bladder. Very good. So part A, ureter has got urea. Okay, so this is the composition that they have taken this fluid from ureter. You can see this is contained in the ureter. Very good. This is a very right question. Yeah, and you easily know this is only for filtration or supplying the blood or draining the kidneys, right? And this is the same thing, right? D is also related to the blood supply, but this of course is not related to ureter. Yes, Ahad? You have any comment? Question number 10. Who is going to read
No,
question
sir.
number 10?
Sir, may I?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Which function does not occur in the kidneys?
Uh-huh.
A. Breakdown of alcohol. B. Removal of excess salts from the blood. C. Removal of excess water from the blood. D. Removal of urea from the blood.
Mhm. So what is the correct answer then?
So I think it's A.
A, breaking down of alcohol, right? Yes, Hala, you would like to comment on that?
No, sir.
Okay, so you can think of this. Yes, Nabi, do you want to add something?
Yes, sir. It's A because this happens in liver.
This is very good. Again, wonderful. This is done by the liver, not by the kidney. So they have asked this question. I remember the previous MCQ where they are saying breaking down of the toxins. So of course, this is not the function of kidney. Breaking down is only part in the liver. This is taking place in liver. And look at other functions. Removal of excess salt. Of course, this is a job of kidney. Excess water is also a job of kidney. Removal of urea is, this is how in a healthy person it occurs, right? So A, B to till D are correct answer. These are correct explanation, but this is not the function. The question which is not the function of kidney. So there's the breaking down of alcohol. Okay, number 11. Who is going to do? You want to do, Nabil? 11?
Yes, sir. I will.
Okay, go ahead.
Which two substances are both reabsorbed in the kidneys? A. Glucose and salts. B. Glucose and starch. C. Glycogen and salts. D. Glycogen and starch. Answer, I think it's A.
Okay, sometimes you have to be very smart. Smart mean you easily click on things very easily. What do you think? Starch, from where do we get the starch? Do you think starch is there in our blood?
No, sir.
Yeah, starch is not. This is totally wrong, right? This option is, so you can omit
C
easily
and D are
looking at the
wrong.
starch. This is wrong, right? So even glycogen is also stored in the muscle in the liver, but starch is giving. So one, B and D is totally eliminated. Now look at the salt and glycogen. So glucose and salt. Do you think glycogen can be filtered by the kidney?
No.
Why? Why it cannot be filtered by the kidney? Anybody would like to comment, Hala?
Glycogen is a large molecule.
Wonderful. Bigger molecule. Very good. So starch is a bigger molecule. Glycogen is a bigger molecule. Cannot be removed. Okay. So if something which is cannot be removed, how that can be reabsorbed? So the only answer, salts, of course, can be easily filtered. Glucose can be easily filtered. And that the correct answer is A. So that's why when you answer question, don't jump to answer immediately. First of all, use your analytical abilities. Look at the question, what they're asking. First of all, oh my God, look at this starch. Do I have this starch in the blood if it is filtered by the kidney or not? No, I don't have. What about glycogen? Oh, it's a bigger molecule. Kidney cannot it. Kidneys cannot filter glyco. It has to be broken down. Yes, glucose is a small molecule. Salt is a small molecule, right? So that can be easily filtered. So glucose and salt is the best match rather than anyone because these all of them have got bigger molecule. So the correct answer is A. Okay, let's go to question 12.
Sir, may I do this too?
Let me see. Ahad, I think, yeah, Ahad, you would go for it, please.
Yes, sir. What is the function of the kidney? So answer is D.
Okay. Would you like to answer or to read all the options and then answer the question?
Okay, sir. Part A, making glucose and reabsorbing urea. Part B, making urea and removing salt. C, removing glucose and reabsorbing salts. D, removing urea and reabsorbing glucose.
Yeah. Now, so what is your clue? What do you think to just to explain it to your friends? What
So,
would you say about this question that A and B are right away is not the answer?
sir, urea is formed in liver,
Yeah.
and and urea is removed from the body by kidney, and in
Mhm.
in MCQs 11, the answer was A,
So
which
first of
was
all, look at the
reabsorb
making
glucose.
means synthesizing function. So
May
kidney
I
is
comment?
not making to make any of these. Glucose is not made, urea is not made. So right away, these are, even if you don't read any of the things, rest of the thing, kidney is not for this purpose. Kidney is not making glucose, it's not making urea. Now look at this, removing is something which is, which should click you, you know. You should be more interested in removal is the function of kidney. But now what it is removing glucose and reabsorbing salt, removing urea and reabsorbing glucose. Now, so these are two functions. Which one is healthy? What do you think? Yes, Hala?
Yes, could you repeat your question?
So I just mentioned that A, B, C is right away wrong because kidney function is not making any of these chemicals, right, in your body. C and D is probably the right answer, but we are confused which one is that. Removal is the function of kidney. So which one is healthy for your body? C or D?
D.
Yes, D. Why?
Glucose is only present in the urine of a diabetic person.
Wonderful. If you are removing glucose, basically you have more glucose in the urine, right? And removing urea, if you don't remove urea, it will build up. And Nabil, you want to comment on that?
No, sir.
Okay. So correct answer is for 12 is D, and it's right away.
D.
Yeah? So I give you a clue that what you should focus on. Making right away. Kidney is not making anything like this. Glucose and urea, okay? Removing is something important, and removal, urea is more healthy to remove. If you don't remove it, it will build up in your body and it's toxic for your body. Removing glucose is not the function, right? Glucose is utilized by your body. Which organ is removing glucose? How glucose is removed from your body? Do you know that? We discussed about that, I think, and homeostasis.
So can you repeat the question?
Yeah, how removal of glucose takes place in your body? Yes,
Sir,
Hala?
I think by sweat.
Yes, Hala? You have any explanation?
When glucose content is high in the blood, insulin is released, which makes the liver store glucose into glycogen.
Yes, very good. Insulin is responsible for disposal of glucose, not kidney, right? Kidney is filtering but reabsorbing. Glucose is metabolized or converted into glycogen, which is the storage form of glucose. And glucose is used by your cell for metabolic. Glucose and oxygen is producing more energy, which is required for the cell, right? So the correct answer is D, not C. Okay, let's go to question number 13. Right. Who is going to tell us? 13. I think someone who have not participated is yet. They would like to give a try. Ahmad, would you like to give a try? You can just read. It's absolutely fine if you make mistake. It's fine. If you're not sure, even still, I would like that you contribute. Anyone else? I mean, mashallah, all of you contributed. I also want other students to contribute. Okay. We have a few minutes and then we will conclude the session. Who else would like to volunteer? Those who have not answered any question as such. Even if you make mistake, it's absolutely fine with me. It's okay. Okay, not necessarily you should know the answer. I just want you guys to read it. So who is going to read this question? Anybody else would like to raise hand? Okay, then Hala, would you go for it?
Yes, sir. How is urea removed from the body? As insoluble waste by being destroyed in the liver in expired air in solution.
Okay, so this is again a little bit tricky question, right? Who is going to explain the answer then? Nabil, you would like to answer? Or Hala? Okay, Hala, you go ahead, please.
D in solution.
D in solution. Why not other answer, other options?
It's saying insoluble, but it is dissolved in water.
Yeah, so how urea is removed from the body? Okay, First of all, keep in mind why this is not an answer. A, insoluble waste. If I would say this is not an answer, you will just in 1 minute, just without split of second, you would say, yes, this is wrong. Why?
Urine is made of water and urea. This means that
So
it is
remember, if
dissolved.
anything which is insoluble cannot be in blood, because a kidney is filtering what? Solubles, right? Plasma is solution. If anything is insoluble, it's dangerous for your body. You cannot even inject any particle. That's why the injectables, the syringes, all the injectable liquids, they should be absolutely free from any foreign particle. If there's anything insoluble, the drug was not stored properly, and there were precipitates, and you administer those precipitates, insoluble product is going to stuck in small vessels, capillaries. So it's extremely dangerous for your body. So insoluble thing cannot be filtered by the kidney as well. So absolutely, this is wrong option. This is even scientifically wrong. These waste could not be insoluble. If anything is precipitating in the urine, which is insoluble, so that will call renal stone. This is how we call renal calculus or renal stone, because that will precipitate. It's not soluble. Calcium stones, calcium oxalate stones, right? So that is dangerous for your body. Insoluble, of course, cannot be filtered by the kidney. By being destroyed in the liver, how is urine removed from the body? So if it is destroyed in the liver, do you think that this is the way it is removed? No, because liver is, it will still remain. Even if what is destroyed in the liver still will be in the blood, in the body, right? It has to go through the kidney to be removed from the body, rather through the GIT or through any other elimination pathways. But yes, liver, of course, can detoxify, but it cannot totally remove it from your body, of course. In expired air, do you think urea is this correct answer? C. If this is wrong, why? Anybody would like to explain this?
So because we don't excrete urea in sweat, or means breathing out.
Yeah, urea is not a gas, right? It's not a gas that we are
Yes.
gas. It's a chemical which is soluble in water. This is why we have a solution of urea, and this solution is called what? What is this solution? What is the name of this solution? We discussed that before. If you're asked what is the name of that solution through which urea is removed from your body?
Urine.
Urine. Very good. Urea, urine. Exactly, urine. So this solution is urine. Urea in water is called urine. Okay. Number 14. How does blood changes? It passes through the kidney.
So may I try?
Nabil, you want to try?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Me.
So now
14. How?
you have to think. Nabil, also explain it, please. Okay, the answer. Read all the options and then say this is the answer, and the other are not correct because of some reason. Okay, then you have to explain a little, please.
Okay, so I will.
Okay, go ahead, Nabil.
14. How does blood change as it passes through a kidney? A. It gains glucose. B. It gains salts. C. It loses proteins. D. It loses urea.
Okay.
So I think the answer is D.
A. Why not B, C, and D?
Sir, D.
The answer is D.
Yes,
Okay.
sir, D.
Why not A, B, C?
Sir, because first means C, it loses protein, and no protein is achieved, means it came in through the blood to.
Where no urine, no protein is excreted by the kidney, right? So kidney
Yes.
cannot excrete protein. If there is protein in urine, so the kidney is not normal. Very good. Exactly. Protein is also
And the other two says gains. So protein. Sorry, the kidney doesn't gain anything. It is a removal organ.
wonderful. Yes, Nabil. This is the right clue. You have to look at first. It's not gaining glucose. Because glucose is already there. You know, gaining something means something which is deficient and it's receiving. So kidney is not receiving anything from the urine. Even whatever is excreted, kidney is reabsorbing, right? It's not gaining, right? So gaining glucose, gaining salt is not the answer. Salt is already in the blood. Glucose is already in the blood, which is passing through the kidney. So you don't need anything like that. Yes, when it is passing, the blood is passing through the kidneys, it loses something. It cannot lose protein. Proteins are bigger molecule, like glycogen, right? And proteins, if you have protein in the urine, we call it proteinuria. Protein and urine, proteinuria. So you have more protein in urine. This is abnormal. This is not healthy. Yes, you're losing urea. That is very correct. And that's how you can see here. This is the answer. Urea in urine solution is urea. And they have given you this, they have asked this question in multiple ways, so we'll do the last question and then we'll inshallah conclude for tonight. Okay, question number 15. Who's going to read this question and then answer it? I think this is the same question they have asked before, but in different way. So first of all, look at the scenario, what they are showing. The table below is showing the percentage composition of some chemicals that are found in the, wait a minute, in the blood entering the kidney of a healthy person. So now keep in mind healthy person, okay? So they're saying that this is the composition of the blood entering, I mean that blood which is brought to the kidney for filtration, right? So chemicals are glucose, protein, and urea. Composition in bloods entering the kidney, okay? So 0.1, 8, and 3. What is the percentage composition of the same chemical in the urine of healthy person then? So now they are giving you different chemicals and their composition in the blood. Percentage mean this person glucose, this person protein. So this is all in healthy person. So the blood is bringing all these chemicals to the kidney. So they are saying that what is the percentage composition of the same chemicals
So
in
this
the
is
urine of
easy.
the healthy? Yes, what is the answer, Ibn Nabil?
Sir, D.
D.
Sir, but in D, for glucose and protein are same, but for urea it's 2, and in the table it's written 0.03.
This is 0.01. This is a glucose, right? You are saying that answer is D.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I tell?
And what about other options? A. Yeah, of course you have. This is of course wrong right away, right? And proteins are also more. 4 less proteins. I mean they are losing protein, right? And urea is the same.
So it's same, but in part D.
So
But in part
Sir,
D,
isn't the answer C?
yes, Hala.
Isn't the answer C?
Okay, why answer C? This I want to make sure exactly. Hala and Nabil first agreed upon. What do you think? Is it C or D? If it is C,
C.
Hala, would you like to explain, Hala, what makes you say C? This is very
It's saying
intelligent
the
analysis.
composition in urine, and it's glucose, so it's going to be 0. And protein is also going to be 0 as it's a bigger molecule. And urea.
Very good, Hala. Excellent, excellent. If you have D, this kidney is not normal. See? More protein here. Protein should not be there. Glucose should. If you have more glucose, whatever is brought to the, they have given this scenario, they have given this analysis. They want to check you. How do you think of all the chemical? If this is 0.1 and it's also in the urine 0.1, entire glucose is filtered. It's not coming back in the body. So this could not be correct because this is wrong. And even if you are confused about glucose, leave alone. Look at proteins. This is 8. Protein is 8 here. So this is the composition of the blood when it is brought to the kidney. So what does it mean? You had 8 protein, 8% protein, and 8% is eliminated in the urine, right? So this is really not correct, right? So correct answer is 0. You should have 0 protein, you should have 0 glucose, and you should, yes. I mean, you could see here, of course, urea is there. If urea is 0.03, most of the urea is gradually building up and eliminating in the kidney. Why? Because you have more urea in the urine, right? So 2 and 2 is the biggest percentage of urea. So this probably is correct. But now look at the other parameter. Glucose should not be filtered. Even if it is filtered, should be reabsorbed. Protein should not come in the urine at all. Yes. So Nabil, you got this point now? Is it?
Yes, sir. I got it.
Okay, Hala, thank you so much. I like this analysis. Okay, so always don't jump to answer. Nabil, your way is absolutely okay. There's no problem in it. But what I would say that compare these two tables. This is the blood brought to the kidney, and this is the filtrate. I mean, this is urine, composition of urine, and this is composition in blood. So first of all, think of glucose protein should not come in the urine. So they may ask, they may change. We can make 10 questions like that, just changing the composition, and they would like to confuse you in different way. That's why in board exams, you might see examiners are using different strategies. I'm also being a member of the examination board, making papers. So we do use these simple questions and make it totally new question, totally little bit with difficulty index, so that we could see good and bad or weak student or best students, right? So this is how you should focus on the columns. What are the information? Inshallah, I'm sure you would be able to answer that. And thank you so much. Inshallah, see you then. Probably this Thursday we may not have class. I would update you. Inshallah, I have some commitment. And so we have done 15 questions. In the next session, would you like to cover MCQs, or do you want other type of questions, short answer questions and other stuff?
Sir, I want anything, but it's related to control and coordination, because I am having issue in that.
Control and coordination. Okay, questions and answer, huh?
Structured.
Okay, sure. Yes,
Sir,
Shaya?
sir,
Yes.
sir, what's the answer for 15?
Yeah, C.
C. Okay. Okay.
And what makes you C? Because you should not have anything in the urine. Glucose should not be in the urine. Protein should not be in the urine. And urea should be there because this is healthy. Right? They're talking about a healthy person, okay? So
Yes.
if there's protein in the urine, so the person is not healthy. This is really abnormal. So this is what the answer is, inshallah. Thank you so much. Then see you soon, next time, inshallah.